Well, how's it going? Kingston, welcome back to another NTW3 battle. This is another massive battle. 8 versus 7, roughly. This is a rough estimate. 8 versus 7,000 men on the field today. The NR4 facing off against the TB clan on the map Austria 2B. Now, I don't dare zoom in too much on this massive amoeba looking thing that's kind of slugging along the road here, but there is an insane amount of Austrians in this mix, and for the first time in a very long time, both armies will be together. So the corps of the coalition will all be together and the French will all be together. There's no taking on one corps by itself. They're going to go straight at each other, as you can see, about to clash. Let's go over the corps points before this battle pops off here. So on the TB side, which is the Imperial side, you have a 11-point Eugen, 10-point Massena, 10-point Davout, and 5-point Marmont. On the NR4 side, which is playing the coalition, and these are the 5th coalition corps, 36 points total. You have a 7-point Coloret, butchering that, I know, 11-point Liechtenstein, 10-point Hiller, and 8-point Hohenzollern. So some amazing corps, both sides, very famous generals. We will see how they handle things today. A lot of cavalry already. Look at this. And this map is beautiful. Love this map. Oh, look at all the French cavalry cresting the hill. Chasseurs Cheval and Dragoons over on the right-hand side already. Now, the French do have an advantage. They hold most of the LOCs, and they hold the high ground. High ground being right here, and I saw some artillery setting up. And quite honestly, guys, once they get this artillery set up, look at the... Okay, ignore the troops that won't render here. It'll get better, don't worry. They're going to split up. But they have the beautiful kind of positioning for their artillery. Now, of course, on the other side, there is a little bit of a hill. We have a cav clash here. Liechtenstein's Cuirassiers going in. Chevaliers going in as well. I think the French are going to lose this engagement. Oh, wow. Ulanen going in against what I can assume you have some Dragoons. Ulanen getting a nice charge off, but you can see the French breaking along the line. Ulanen not going to do too well, but the Cuirassiers from Liechtenstein probably going to come support these Ulanen as they fight these French Dragoons. Of course, France sending in more reinforcements of their own as well. Some Italian Dragoons. Those Chevaliers from Hiller are going to get themselves out of there. Hohenzollern was going for a flank with the Hussars. I don't think that's going to work now. But both sides going to kind of dissipate, going to pull back a little bit maybe. I do believe there's going to be some heavy cavalry for the coalition. I'm not sure. I haven't seen any Cuirassiers yet. Here we are. There they are. So, guys, these are like the perfect armies to pit against each other. Both have lots of infantry. Both have heavy cavalry and just cavalry in general with Dragoons. Like, these have the perfect mixture of Grenadiers, Dragoons, light infantry, line infantry, skirmishers, light cavalry, heavy cavalry, artillery. These are just, they're bringing everything. They're bringing all the bells and whistles, which will make this battle even more entertaining. Like I said before, the artillery setting up here. Some 12-pounders firing directly down that road. That's a thick, juicy column to shoot. Yep, that's a nice column to shoot. Now, the French have a nice skirm screen here on the right-hand side here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe... Who is it? It's Massena or Davout that has, like, usually can bring a decent amount of skirms. But, yeah, let's not get too caught up in that, because the French pushing here, the coalition don't have a lot. Looks like Liechtenstein's going to take that center. We are starting to see the corps breaking off into their assigned positions here. Hiller going right, and Hohenzollern in support. And then, it looks like the 11-pointer. I don't know if he has the cavalry, mostly cavalry, but he's a 7-pointer. There's the rest of his corps. He's going maybe left. Yeah, he's going to go on the left-hand side, so Liechtenstein will be the center, probably because he has the Grenadiers, and he will be doing some hand-to-hand combat for the LOCs. France going in here. Let's see. I don't see... This is not the Italian corps. I think the Italian corps, which would be Eugen, is probably on the far left. This is either Massena or Davout. Or could be part of Marmont. Who knows? I expect to see Italian corps here on the left. Now the French, it is crucial actually, guys, to take this left side. They can take this hill, and then they have an advantage. They have the hill for a flank, nice flanking fire, and they have the hill. Oh shoot, I'm missing it. Another cav engagement. Man, the coalition really giving the French a run for their money. And I mean, the coalition have taken some losses. They lost some Chevaliers, but that's 3 French cavalry units, some dragoons, chasseurs cheval, all breaking. So the French losing their cav support here. Now these skirmishers are going to need some support from the French line infantry. And that's exactly what's happening here. Oh, we got some grenadiers mixed in here. My favorite grenadier uniforms of all time. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that. I'm saying favorite grenadier uniforms, not uniforms in general, okay? So, you know.
This building has
although, I mean, maybe. All right, I'm hearing some regular volleys. Not sure where that's coming from. Oh, was it over here against the cavalry, I bet. Wow, look at all of this Austrian infantry just... Man, the steam house, man. This is a lot of infantry just moving. Can you imagine being part of an army like that and just being like, man, you know, that's where you have to depend on your officers to kind of get things right. There's no way you could organize something like that without some nice command structure here. All right, some light infantry pushing up here, a cavalry in support. Hitler has set up a battle line here. His first line drawn up using the LOC as his left flank. Pushing forward, he has the Deutschmeister. And they're going against some skirmishers right now. Hopefully he pushes this. If he's got to get a little closer. It's gonna slowly start telling on him, but he's gonna pull back. This is some of his best infantry right here. These 3 lines. These skirmishers in the grove of trees. It does look like there is a race for this hill. Now, Hitler has thrown up one of his units, some line infantry. They're gonna try and defend this hill. They may take heavy losses, but it may be crucial part of the battle to control this hill. He has more infantry pushing up in support. The rest of his corps are rushing that direction. He's even running some troops to get him into line so they don't get driven back here. The flanks may be the key, guys. We may not see engagement in the center. We may, as Liechtenstein does have those grenadier corps, and he's also pushing on the left here. So we do have another push here. The skirmishers from France holding that grove of trees, but oh yeah. Austria is getting real close, trying to pour in some volleys here. You can see he's dropping a couple of those skirmishers, those trilliers. Ooh, look at this, man. We have some beautiful screenshots from this. Look at this. Okay, that's not gonna be a good screenshot. Here we go. Watch. Here we go. I will provide. There we go. Look at that with the smoke. That is an epic shot. Epic shot there. Oh, is this Yuzhin? Are those dismounted dragoons? Looks like dismounted dragoons. I think they are. Maybe not. Maybe not. I may actually be wrong about that. Either way, I like to see the reserves pulling forward. Now we're starting to get a little bit more of a juicy fight here. Skirmishers getting broken. The French look like they're pulling up. They're not falling back from this. Ooh, get out of the way, tree. They're not pulling back from this, guys. Both sides seem very content to fight this out. I love how this battle was set up with all of the corps deployed together. There's no... They get their full force. They get to choose where to deploy it. They're not waiting for a corps to reinforce. It's just straight at them. Up and at them kind of thing. And this is a beautiful battle so far. This is the most realistic looking Napoleonic battle I've seen in a minute. Not gonna lie. I love it. It's just beautiful. Here, I think I hear charging happening somewhere. We're looking at the center here. Yep, Liechtenstein pushing those grenadiers up. France does have some reserves here. I imagine they're going to be having their grenadiers behind these walls. There they are. At least one grenadier there with probably more in reserve, I'd imagine. Yep, another one right here. Oh, there you go. See, yeah, they have their best melee to match Liechtenstein. Now, I'm seeing cavalry inching forward here. Artillery even set up. Look at this. Oh, here's Eugen. This is definitely Eugen. This is the Italian Corps. Now, maybe he's split up in a couple different areas, but oh my gosh. This artillery is going to start telling very quickly here. Cavalry still hovering on the flank. Artillery from both sides is starting to deploy here. Some 10-pounders here. I'd imagine that they're going to, yep, they have some. Hohenzollern's going to pull his artillery, probably throw it up here as well. We have Liechtenstein making a bit of a push. And the 7-pointer, who I will not try to butcher their name again. He's actually making a steady push in the mud fields here, but here we go. Look at this. Grenadiers going real close to this French line. All right, I'm seeing some wavering here. These skirmishers starting to tell this line will not stand in a line fight against Austria for very long. You can see over time they will start to take some losses. We have some cavalry even hovering here. Chevalier is probably going to go for some skirmishers. These guys have been firing for a little while, so using the tree line, they probably can get at least one, if not more than one, skirm unit. And I may actually break him. I'm watching. Oh, there's too much happening all at once. I'm seeing some like troops inching forward here. They're going for the LSC and a cavalry engagement here. And France seems to have caught the Austrians out a little bit. Where's he going now? Uh-oh. Oh, France is engaging here. Look at this, going for a bayonet charge here on Hohenzollern. Cuirassier is going to rush in here as that first cav unit breaks. They have infantry to help support this, but France is actually going for a melee here. These reserves from Hiller may have to be rushed over to that side to deploy. Oh my gosh, and I missed over here. Hiller sent in some Chevaliers, breaking that skirm line for the most part. We also have Liechtenstein. He's going in for a melee here. Left side still a bit of engagement. These Grenadiers, what's this column doing? Why are these guys shooting? Okay. Oh, that's a missed opportunity there. They could have shot directly at them. But here we go. Liechtenstein committing here. Over here, actually, surprisingly, France lost that initial engagement. I think the supporting line infantry and the fact that Hiller has some reserves is going to make that a little bit more of a difficult fight. Artillery plastering this Austrian line. But let's not ignore this fight where Liechtenstein's making slow, gradual process of advancing here. France getting thrown back by those Grenadiers. And honestly, so far, it seems like the coalition have had a very good progress, very good, man, things have turned out well for them so far in most of their defenses or attacks, and mostly they've been on the defensive so far. This cavalry is going to break that first Grenadier, but they're going to break because they're getting shot from the flank. We have Liechtenstein pushing forward more Grenadiers, but we can use this road. I'm surprised they haven't sent cavalry down to run down the skirm unit. I mean, France is breaking a lot more in the center than they probably should be. Now, the one good place for France, I would say, is this push here on the left with Eugen. He is making some very steady progress. Of course, the Austrians are not losing yet, but they have given some ground. Definitely given some ground. Hiller is still a reserve for them, so he's not losing it yet. Oh, going for yet another skirm unit, and they are making steady progress here in the center against France. France has given some ground here, and of course Liechtenstein pushing over here. But France has not given too much ground, but I suspect France is going to lose LOC. Another cav charge against skirmishers. France brought a lot of skirmishers. Ooh, managed to save those that time. Nice angle. You see what people are saying, like, don't put artillery in your front line. Clear spaces and fire through the gaps in your line. It'll keep your artillery safe. And this is a good angle. They're firing directly here. They're going for this unit right here. Guaranteed. What was going on here? Some Chevaliers. What did they go for? Wait, do they break a general? Oh no, one of the French generals has routed. He's not dead though. Well, that's a disaster for this left flank. See a steady fight for this hilltop. No one can claim victory over it yet. They're still deadlocked. Artillery for the coalition now set up. Hohenzollern, man, he's gonna. That's a beautiful place to hold. The French are gonna have to swing more far left if they want to make a dent in that line. This artillery is gonna clear this whole area. They have a huge field of fire. Hitler, I'm assuming, is gonna deal with this French push here on the left here as Eugen shifts further around. Oh my gosh, did I miss it? Lancers and Chevaliers just absolutely shredding up this French line. France trying to protect it with some Chasseur Cheval. His right flank may need to pull back. The 7-pointer for Austria is doing a really good job. It's nothing super aggressive right now, guys. It's mostly just some steady pressure from the coalition. That seems to be telling. The French have to make a kind of, if I'm not mistaken, hard hitting. They have to go in really hard, and they have to break the coalition. Maybe that's the way to play them. That's why I think you play them against this Austria. This Austria can stand and take a very long, drawn-out line fight. If I'm not mistaken, that is kind of what they're built for. And of course, they have Liechtenstein, so they can actually go for hard hitting as well. So this is a tough Austrian corps to fight. France has pulled back here. Looks like he's kind of extracted himself a little bit here, but his right flank is getting a little bit weaker. He's definitely taking some losses. We may see some reserves shifting over to that right side. This area right here against Hitler, man, they're not doing well. I mean, Hitler has some excellent infantry, and the quality is starting to show. They have some. Yeah, they don't have a good position. I'd say France doesn't have a good position, and they are very, very depleted. And despite the heavy casualties, it looks like for the coalition, it seems like they're doing decent. Now the real question is, maybe you guys can tell me in the comments, do you think this push right now, this push, is the crucial point? There's a lot of cavalry here, a lot of infantry pushing. Is this what needs to happen, or should they be trying to relocate those forces, maybe go for an attack on almost the rear of Hitler? Shifting them around and going straight in here and counterattack at the same time. They have a lot of cavalry, and now they're going in for it. And the French are going to try to capitalize on this, but I don't think Eugen has a very fast-moving corps. What's left of the Liechtenstein, Hohenzollern is going to be counterattacking here, while Eugen starts inching forward his corps. But of course, Hitler has saved some of his better units to defend this side. Still a raging fight. I haven't been covering this as much, but I would hate to be in this part of the battle. Honestly, the street fighting, the town fights, the LOCs are annoying. Look at this though. Nice steady push, are yielding some great results. The French line has caved. I mean, they haven't gone too much, I guess, but they've given up ground from all the way here, all the way over here, and they're breaking. There we go. The French make impact. Did not get that square off. He's going to lose that. Maybe you lose that unit. I don't know. But the French now are going to push forward infantry. Let the Dragoons maybe do some work here. More cavalry rushing forward. They have a lot of cavalry. The coalition have to use their cavs sparingly. I think we're going to see an assault. Here we go. The great assault. France is going to lose that unit. Probably. There's a lot of massive infantry. This is kind of a crucial point here, guys. If this flank caves, the French are going to descend upon almost the rear of the coalition. Oh my gosh. Grassier's going in, breaking a lot of Hohenzollern's corps. 2 units already breaking. He's going to pull back because that square. France going on the offensive. Look at this, counterattacking, hitting even Liechtenstein. Over here, it is a constant retreat for the French. Going very well for the coalition over there. Everywhere else, things seem to be a little bit more dead stop. We have French infantry rushing forward here. Going to try to go for some squares. Did they finally take it? They did finally take it. All right, let's check back here. Eugene's struggle. There's so much French cavalry over here. Well, look at this. I mean, they need to be supporting their cavalry. Man, the Austrians are just able to stand and dish out some insane volleys here. Here we go, another bayonet charge. Ooh. Ooh. Stand and fight, don't shoot. Look at these sappers. All right, let's see if Eugene can make this fight work. Wow, they're shooting right through their own guys. Oh, wow. Lakeside lost their crossieres. They lost some infantry. A little iffy there. They are not breaking yet, though. But also, look at this counterattack. It just forced the French, or not the French, the coalition, to pull back from the advance they were making. And now they're in a weird V shape, which isn't the ideal situation here. Hitler's Deutschmeister. This is probably a misclick of some sort, I'm assuming. Deutschmeister will win that one, I think. Alright, France lost some more cavalry. This line infantry, it's still back and forth. They're pouring in some volleys. Reserves waiting. The artillery is still up and firing, though. Still, I hope. We do have Hitler pulling back. He may actually concede a bit of this hill, a little bit more of it, and see where things are going. I mean, keep in mind, guys, this fight over here is going very well for the coalition. They don't have to win over here. They just have to wait for the right flank for France to collapse. And the counterattack right now from Liechtenstein seems to be going decently well. Very well, actually. It's like Crosshair's the only thing left. France just lost their center. Oh no, they lost their center. Excuse me, I think I'm coming down with a cold, so my voice is not there all the way. But anyway, man, I can see now why there are so many kills on both the French and coalition side, because this battle is dragging into a massive bloodbath on both sides. Eugene still pressing. I mean, yeah, he's got the best angle for attack. I think this is the best hope for France right now, is taking this hill and pushing around. I mean, France is breaking everywhere else, though. They've lost the LOC. Like, all these LOCs here, I mean, there's 2 4-pointers, but they have one, and then I'm assuming France has the other. France did make a very nice counterattack here and push them back, but they just ran out of resources. I mean, keep in mind, there's an extra 1,000 men on the coalition side versus the Imperial side, which is, you know, the French always are outnumbered. Still, I'm seeing a lot of breaking from Eugene, seeing some units breaking against Eugene. He's making some headway, but man, he's taking some losses. I believe he's one of the largest corps in the field with 3,200 men. Now artillery is still firing. The French will not be able to deal with this. But the coalition have been pushed off the hill. Now, it doesn't matter at this point. It really doesn't, because on the far other hill, I mean, France is trying to make a stand here. This may have come down to just deployment of armies, right? Like the coalition, where they deployed versus the Imperials, where they deployed. Did the coalition out-deploy the Imperials? That's the question. Did the French get out-deployed? They had a lot of skirmishers, and those skirmishers got focused down by cavalry, and that seemed to be undoing here. Ooh, this canister is just really hurting here. Man, we're not even at a 30-minute mark, guys. This battle's been short and furious. These guys fighting here. Yeah. Fight. Stab him. Stabby stab. Man, these guys are giving each other the business. Some of these animations are pretty cool. Ooh, man. This hand-to-hand combat in this time period would have been very, very brutal. Look at this guy getting a stab off. He's rushing deep into the lines. Uh-oh, you got some cavalry coming in. Oh, wow. The coalition break. The coalition actually pulling back here. I think they don't have to worry. I mean, yeah, they'll be fine. The French have won, guys. The hill, I mean. They've won. Now, of course, there is an entire new French or Austrian corps, mostly Hiller, left here after making a successful defense, and Liechtenstein a little bit left. So, I think the coalition still will take this. Now, there is some reinforcements here. Some French units are like, okay, well, we gotta push. We have to push here and try to see if they can push on the flank as well. Like I said, over here, France is holding, but by LOC, the coalition easily have this one. The NR.4 definitely have an LOC victory on their hands with the 4-pointer plus the 2 and the 2-1. I mean, they have, you know, 8 points, I believe. Yep, 8 points against the 4 of the French alliance. Let's see if they fight this out to the bitter end. Liechtenstein still has a couple units that are pretty fresh. Not really that depleted. France has some very good cav units left, but the infantry to back it up. Yeah, see, their infantry are not going to hold a candle to Hiller and Liechtenstein. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of this game right now is, you know, who has the better quality, and the coalition actually do right now. At least I believe that. They have Salzburg, Schwarzen, Deutschmeister. Even artillery, backing them up. And they have more in the town, which actually shifting over. So, this is possible that the French are just going to try to go for LOCs only, but I mean, that's why the coalition are kind of sticking it out. Uh-oh. Ooh. Who's that? Oh, Hohenzollern, an 8-pointer. He was killed. Oh, and Hiller routed too. What? His men are winning, but he's like, I'm out of here. Peace out. Here we go. Now Austria's gonna start pushing on this massive reserve they have. Excuse me. It's only a matter of time. Oh, there's a corps here. A portion of a French corps. I feel like they need to make an attack here. Because Eugene's gonna break. He's just gonna cave. I said they probably realize they need LOC and there's nothing they can do. Ah, here we go. Those grenadiers want some of the action. That officer, sword above his head. And then the cavalry charges into counter. Oh boy. I mean, the French have not played badly. I think their positioning was a little bad, and there's some, you know, deployment decisions that were made. But when it comes to the actual fighting, I don't know. I don't feel like I saw any major mistakes made. I think it's just where they attacked. Maybe should have been different. But then again, you know, I don't think it would have changed much necessarily. Like, I have to reevaluate the field in order to say what actually went wrong. Obviously, this center broke. Maybe they needed more infantry there. Maybe Eugen should have been here with skirmishers. One of the harder hitting French armies should have gone on the flank. I don't know. This right flank caved, but I feel like that didn't do too much to affect the main set of the battle, which was the town and then the left side here. I'm not sure what they could have done differently. I really can't. I can't pinpoint anything. Is what I guess I'm trying to say. And those squares will get you. These crosshairs got. Oh, wow, look at this. Huge breaking. A lot of the 7-pointers infantry getting caught by the crosshairs, and then line infantry following up, and that causes a mass rout. That is actually a big win. Not saying it would change the course of the battle at this point, but that's a pretty big significant win, destroying 3 more units from the coalition. Now I'm gonna hit the fast forward button. I think everybody's kind of pulling back. We'll see. But ooh, what did they take? Yeah, they took the 4-pointer. I think they're trying to make sure that the enemy know they need to do something at this point, because there's nothing else the coalition can do except for just defend now. And they can't go on the offensive, which actually you can see here. They are going on the attack. This is one last brave stand, maybe for the French. Let's see if I can get both sides of this. Talk about barely being able to see, man. See the units moving? Barely see them in the smoke? Oh, you can see them. Barely. Oh, and then they light up. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. All right. Even you guys admit that's kind of cool for a video game, okay? That's super sick. What's happening here? The French may make their last stand here. They may be like, this is it. Let's go out. Make it such an end. We'll see if they make a true ending here. This is absolutely, though, not a... This is not a... This is a Pyrrhic victory for the coalition. If and when they... Which I think they're going to win this, obviously. But they're going to have heavy losses. Which we will see in a little bit with the results. Unless, of course, you looked ahead. You know who you are. If you looked ahead and looked at the results before watching the battle, you just ruin everything for the surprise. You know, you just... I'm just kidding. You can do what you want. You know, watch part of the video, watch the beginning of the video, watch the end of the video. Do what you do. You do you, you know? Just, I hope you enjoy whatever you do see. So, artillery setup with the lines. Another artillery setup here. Getting sniped by a counter battery, potentially. Here we have more 5-pounders setting up. Alright, I meant to fast forward again. It gets kind of boring very quickly if you're not careful how you view this. So, over 30 minutes in, I don't think we're going to see another major engagement. That's just my suspicion. Now, we do have more French infantry. Maybe they're massing. Actually, no, wait. We may see another engagement here. We may see the French guess. I mean, they need to take these LOCs and they can win. Oh, wow. What is happening here? I mean, screw everything else. If they can take this 4-pointer, it'll be over. They don't. They do not. If the French can take some of these LOCs, it will be an even contest. You can see they're shifting troops around. I mean, you can see this is why the coalition are kind of garrisoning the town, as it were, or the little bitty village. They're preparing for this French assault. The French assault is coming. There's no way it is not. They have to make one last attack. They need at least the 2-pointer, and then it'll be a tie, and then they can take a 1-pointer as well. Actually, no, they have the 1-pointer. They just need the 2-pointer.
Our men are running, sir.
Right, or one of these 1-pointers, right? Because that's 4, 5, 6, 7. They need this one. Yeah, they need this, and they have 6, 7 versus 4, 5, 6. Well, here we go. I think both sides are shifting. Liechtenstein has too much, guys. I don't think he's going to take this. Or I don't think the French are going to take this from him. There's no way. There's way too many units, all in shelter, all fresh, all ready. What a fight this was, though. Man. Yeah, the fire burning. This is like an old Hollywood, like, war movie. You see the dead everywhere and you hear the crackling of the fire. Like I said, a lot of dead. Yeah, this is where the French would probably call the retreat. All right, I'm going to fast forward again because I don't know if anything. Ooh, they 50%ed it. That probably killed some guys. Oh my gosh. How about a bloodbath even worse than the other one? How many hundreds of men died just taking this building? That's insane. That is really insane. Oh, hold that thought. Looks like we have actually the Austrians on the offensive. All the French seem to be trying to inch in over on this corner. 50%ing everything they can. Yeah, I don't see this working for the French. I'm just getting the fast forward button again. Yeah, they're breaking already. They're pulling back from that. Well, if nothing changes, I guess I could skip to the end. If it's just this long drawn out, you know, fight at this point, I could just fast forward to the very end and we can see the results of this battle. Because I'm calling it. I obviously don't want to call it too early, but I think at this point it's not too early to say it's gonna be an NR4 victory. Now, maybe LOC victory, but it'll be victory nonetheless. There's 20 minutes remaining. Anything could happen, but the way things are kind of set up, you'd really have to be hoping for a miracle. You see the French keep trying to attack this. Artillery is set up as well, so it should help a little bit, but then you have more Austrians that are just going to push up. You see they're taking some heavy losses just from this. From that building right there, they're just shooting directly into their flank. And there was one unit breaking. Yeah, they're not going to make it. They're not even making it close enough to get into melee for the house. And the few units that are left are going to just be sorely depleted by the time they get there. So it's one of those things where I don't want to skip any of the good parts, but once it's clear victory, and it's just this little bitty skirmish basically back and forth, the counter's just like, hey, is that worth it? Is it worth watching? I mean, maybe you guys enjoy seeing it, but I don't know. It looks like the French are going to try to use the last little bit of time to level some more buildings that are protecting the coalition. Poor owners of this little village, all the homeowners, and man, they're just leveling every single building. What is their problem? But I don't think the French are going to attack again. So what I'm going to do is I'll skip ahead. If nothing happens and then just a little bit of shooting back and forth, I'm going to skip the end results and declare a winner. So I'll be back in just a second. All right, well, right after I said I'll be back, the coalition made a push here. Going in for the last house the French have in the region, besides their 4-pointer. And this is turning into a very bloody affair. Look at these guys going at it. Ooh. This guy's gonna die. One lone grenadier by... Oh, man. Get up, dude. All right, well, France held on. Okay, now I can probably skip to the end. Oh, wait. That's concerning. And very smart. Here, let me fast forward. Look at this. The French going for a 4-pointer. I mean, there's a couple units here. I think the coalition could definitely march out and stop them. So what are they doing here? So what's the plan? They're trying to go to the 4-pointer way over here. I feel like it'd be better to use these guys. I mean, what? There's 9 minutes remaining. Why not just keep them there to defend your LOC? Yeah, that's what they're doing. So if anything, I'd keep them in the tree line to try to stop. I mean, they have reinforcements who are rushing over here. So Hitler's sending his troops. I don't think France has a big opportunity. I mean, he has the horse artillery and infantry pushing. The main bulk of the infantry, though, is still on the road. I think we'll be okay. We'll see how they prepare the defenses. I feel like I'd want to put some troops to delay their advance shoot, but maybe they don't want to. Maybe they want to keep them next to the LOC to be able to fight. He has a grenadier issuing out. He's going to push in another unit here. He's going to get his troops all situated for a defense. And it's getting good again. It's getting good. Now the French are still trying maybe trying a little bit here. I don't see that working too well. We have some Austrians who are definitely going to ambush or at least try to stop some of this French infantry as it's advancing. Yep, they're going to have to leave a unit to kind of be a rear guard. Oh, man, they're losing already. The real question is, are there even any French infantry over here? I see artillery. Maybe they're going to 50% this. But the rest are probably... Oh, wow. Uh-oh. I mean, France took some heavy losses here. But Austria just lost their reinforcements. That's all right. They have 1 unit left here, and like I said, I don't think there's 3 minutes, 40 seconds. The infantry would have to be here and have to be pushing in right now. I think they'll be fine. I suspect we're going to have one more big French push over here. Oh, wow. They just demolished both of them. Yeah. All right. Well, they have to take that 4-pointer in order to win now because they destroyed it with infantry in it. So, and I don't see that happening with 2 minutes remaining.
Our men are running, sir.
So, GG's, I guess. Are they going to do anything? The general? Oh, how did he get away? Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. He is so dead. No way he makes it out. You guys have failed at your job. That is so crazy. He got away. Whatever general this is, leads a charming life, man. He can get shot at and everything. That's crazy. Ah, there it is. All right. So the end results here. Let's see. Oh, wow. Some grenadiers. This is Liechtenstein. Yep. Let's put the results here so you can see a victory for the coalition. Got a lot of kills. Both sides actually did get a very large amount of kills here. So you have Hungary Awesome. He was the 7-pointer with 1217 for the kills. You have Vander as 11-point Liechtenstein with 1561. Watson, he was 10-point Hiller, 1914 for the kills. And Adam as Hohenzollern, 8-pointer with 1000 flat kills. On the other side, you have Emperor. He was the 5-point Marmont with 659 for the kills. You have Papa. He was the Eugen, 11-pointer with 1889. You have Poniatowski with 1512. He was the 10-point Massena. And then you have Ron Swanson. I believe he was Davout with 1120 for the kills. So, hey, good battle. I enjoyed it. I mean, there definitely was a side that was winning for most of it. I think the coalition were. But there was a couple times where the French made some excellent pushes. It was just, like I said in the beginning, guys, when you deploy all your corps together, you can make some very crucial decisions very early on because you are able to deploy your corps together and choose which side they march to. Sometimes the deployments that you are given make you choose what side of the battle you're going to be on. So it's interesting to see how they all sorted themselves out. And when they clashed, it kind of got settled pretty quickly in the first like 20 to 30 minutes. So, but still a good battle. And thank you guys for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.